This is one of the coolest devices I've ever seen, the NerdQAxe Plus. And this thing is wild. This is the Bitcoin miner that you want. 2.5 terahash of Bitcoin mining goodness. How do they do it though? With only an average power consumption of about 50 watts that would fit in the palm of your hand. You may know about the $50 Bitcoin miner. And what happened here is they repurposed that screen to give a full color display to your Bitcoin miner, giving you voltages, power consumption, chip temperature, as well as other useful information like the IP address if it's successfully mining and if the Wi-Fi connection is working well. And of course, what you want more than anything else, the hash rate. This was designed and manufactured by Bitronics. The NerdQAxe is the big brother, bigger, more powerful version to the Nerdaxe, if you're familiar with those, which are basically a customized BitAxe. And just like a BitAxe, the NerdQAxe is open source hardware, open source software. You could literally build this at home if you wanted to order the parts and take the time to learn how to do it. I'm so excited. We just got this in from Bitronics. They put VoskCoin on it, so you know I'm freaking thrilled. That is such a cool, fun touch. What's up? I'm Drew Vosk. You're on the VoskCoin YouTube channel. We build the VoskCoin mining farm, mainly Bitcoin mining, a lot of Dogecoin mining, and too much shitcoin mining lately, which has been a bad endeavor on some fronts. But we're bringing it back to the basics. This is one of the coolest devices I've ever seen. All right, this is a mashup of open source hardware, software, and 3D printing. This is really in the DIY realm. This is as close as you're gonna get to the fun you have GPU mining, but with a Bitcoin miner. Because Bitcoin miners use ASIC chips. These are custom computer chips specialized for Bitcoin mining, which is the SHA-256 mining algorithm. That's all these things do, is run SHA-256 algo. Bitronics has made these sweet boxes that make you think that this could just be on the freaking shelf at Best Buy or in Walmart. And let me assure you, if they were, well, they'd be very popular. This came with an attached power supply. Bitronics is out of Europe. I'm in the US. I'm just using a NEMA 5 plug. Got that plugged in. We can see it's going to use a drum power connection up here on the top of the device. Included power brick works on 100 to 240 voltage, 50-60 hertz of electricity. It does not matter. Rated for 2 amps, and this is where it gets crazy. Has an output of 12 voltage, which is not typical for BitAxes. Most BitAxes are running on 5 voltage. Always make sure you're using the right voltage because you can and will damage your machines using the wrong one. This particular model is the NerdQAxe Plus. They're working on an even more powerful version of this, believe it or not. And this is actually essentially the second NerdQAxe. There was a non-Plus version released previously. Inside this plug-and-play Bitcoin mining rig that works over Wi-Fi, it's powered by the BM1368 ASIC BTC mining chip. If there were BM1370s in here, it would be producing a whopping 4.8 terahash a second. Nearly 5 terahash of Bitcoin mining power in the footprint, or I should say handprint, of your hand. That is so quiet that you could run it in your bedroom, that uses such little power, you could plug it in basically anywhere, probably in the world. Or a really fun project that's on my to-do list is to set up a little solar panel and a little battery to truly run this thing basically off-grid. By clicking this button, you get multiple display options. Sick of the display? I don't know how you could be. Turn it off. Have regrets? Turn it back on. If you're familiar with setting up BitAxes, this is going to be the exact same thing. I've got my phone. You can do this with a laptop or even a desktop computer too. But you plug it in, it generates a Wi-Fi network. You connect it. So you can see that I connect here pretty instantly. I click over to settings, And from here, the number one thing I'm going to do is put in my Wi-Fi information. My Wi-Fi is Orbital Command. You put your Wi-Fi and password in there. NerdQAxe Plus. And then you put your mining pool information in here if you don't want to use the default, which is public pool. Then I'm going to restart the device. You'll also notice that I pasted my Bitcoin address in. You want to make sure it's mining to your own address. That's as simple as just pasting your Bitcoin address. You can get that from any wallet. You can get a Bitcoin deposit address on things like, the Coinbase cryptocurrency exchange, but you're much better off setting up your own wallet, ideally cold storage, and that's essentially a hardware wallet. And basically that makes you the custodian, the holder of your Bitcoins. You know that address is good to go. You're never gonna lose that account or get locked out of your funds or anything like that. My miner here is probably due for an update. We've talked about updating the firmware previous videos. It's very easy, and I'll do that in the future. I've got several devices that need updating, and I'd rather just kind of grab them all and do them all at once instead of one here on one version, one here on another version. Plus, I normally don't like to mess with things too much out of the box. Set it up, let it run, ensure it's good to go before I adjust anything. Because on that note, there's a whole world of just opportunity to overclock these, underclock these, mess with the cooling mechanisms. You can upgrade this to a Noctua fan. Oh, there's so much you can do. A whole world of fun and tinkering. And we're already creeping up towards 2.8 terahash a second. I like that. Oh yeah. Mining Disrupt is having their 7th Bitcoin Mining Expo in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, March 25th. And it goes through March 27th. Link in the video description below. Don't forget the coupon code VoskCoin to save some coin. Oh yeah, just like that. We are up, we are running. Look at the power draw kicking up over here. So I use this watt meter. I really like it. It can handle a bunch of power through it. This is a more expensive one. So at the wall off the bat, we're pulling about 60 watts. This has a small sound to it, but it's a pleasant sound. It just sounds like all the fans that run in your desktop computer when you're probably not gaming or, exporting a video, or these days running your AI, right? If you're not familiar with BitAxes, you really cannot appreciate just how sweet this display is. And being a small scale product, like a consumer product, a retail product, a product for hobby Bitcoin miners, this is so cool to get full color display. The fit and finish here is fantastic. It's quiet. It's just big enough where it's like acceptable, right? It's not too big. It's definitely not too small. Here's a little Nerdaxe for comparison. This could fit, obviously inside of it 2-3 times. My initial impressions are I absolutely love it. I don't know if you're hearing any sort of fan noise in here over there in the corner. I'm running 9 mini Doge miners. So it's about 2,400 watts of Dogecoin mining that I do in my garage here in the winter. It keeps it like 60 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit, which is just perfect. And then where we're at right now is just gonna be one of my workbenches. And over there, I need to fix that wire, but that's where I do most of my pain and misery. That's code for working on cars. Super stoked to have a Tesla 2 electric vehicle, and we're setting up our solar. So I'll run my electric vehicle with power that I'm producing myself, built in the excess to run everything in the house. So zero out my residential electric bill. Also, I'll have more than enough power to run a full-size Bitcoin miner at the house, some other little mini miners, power the car, run a mini split in the garage, and do some other stuff if I want to. My electricity rate on the house is 14 cents per kilowatt hour, so it's definitely my worst rate. At the farm, I get 7.5 cents per kilowatt hour, so like literally almost half the cost to run the same machines. And I guess to address a question you may have is, it's like, well, what are you doing messing around with little mini Bitcoin miners if you have full-size Bitcoin miners? Well, I still love this stuff. This is a lot of fun. I think these are so cool. And I can't help but root so hard for anything related to the open source, Miners United, BitAxe endeavor, because it's open source, mining hardware, mining software. And what that translates to is the closest thing we've ever had to one CPU, one vote, since we had one CPU, one vote in Bitcoin mining. And those conditions can never be replicated again. But the bottom line is you get into miners like this for a couple hundred or several $100s, depending which models you're buying. There's a bunch of mini Bitcoin miners that have been coming out recently. Latest generation Bitcoin mining hardware chips inside of these, right? This uses multiple ASIC chips. That's why it's getting bigger. And that's why the hash rate is higher, right? 2.5 terahash a second. You take a BitAxe Gamma, that's about 1.1 terahash a second. And we can see it's continuing to ramp up that hash rate. With this, you could of course mine Bitcoin on a typical mining pool where you get a little bit of Bitcoin every day. I don't see the appeal in that. I don't see the point in that. This is a machine that's only going to use 60 watts of electricity. It's quiet. It's cheap as far as a Bitcoin miner goes. It looks cool. And I'm going to use it to take my stab at hitting a Bitcoin block. We worked really hard to develop Solo Luck. We think it's the best Bitcoin solo mining calculator ever created. And it looks sweet. And ironically, it basically matches this super cool thing. So if I take in the punch in the 2.5 terahash, I have a 1 in 2.3 million chance per day to hit a Bitcoin block every single day forever as long as this thing runs. I have a 1 in 6,279 chance to hit a Bitcoin block, which would earn me about $300,000, or more importantly, about 3.125 Bitcoin, as well as any transaction fees. You can see in the last block, that would have basically been a block reward of about 3.15 Bitcoin. Got a bunch of other stats on here. We're over 2 years out from the next halving. And the bottom line is, I'd rather spend a couple $100 and have a chance at earning over a couple $100,000 than earning several bucks a month. I already do steady Bitcoin mining with my full-size Bitcoin miners. The solo miners, to me, their value proposition is all in solo mining. As always, you do whatever you want to do. That's just my take on it. Another BitAxe just hit a block. Yeah, so to all the haters and naysayers, these can and have and will continue to solve Bitcoin blocks. You can run the real-time odds on sololuck.com, but the fact of the matter is that some people will truly be lucky. They will defy the odds and they will hit a block. They will earn over $250,000 with a piece of hardware that can show up to your door for $200. That is wild. That is insane. And this NerdQAxe Plus, which is basically just a BitAxe on steroids, has more than 6 times the Bitcoin mining hash rate, making it that much more likely to hit a block with this, which is an older model. Yeah, I think this thing is fantastic. It's outstanding. This has been an incredible experience. I'm a little surprised, at least according to the screen here, how long it's taken to ramp up to 2,500 gigahash, which would be 2.5 terahash a second. That's okay though. I'm just, again, a little surprised on that front. When I pull up the hash rate from the Axe OS, or basically miner dashboard, which you just take the IP address that it shows you, which you can see mine's 192.168.7.245, right? This is a local randomly generated IP address. You can also log into your router to get that, or use an IP scanner. And it's reading 2338, and I'm getting 2338 here. And obviously it should be the same. That's where it's pulling that same information from. But always good to double check, right? I pull up my Bitcoin solo mining address and I scroll down here, and I can see this already hit the pool. It hasn't registered the full hash rate yet, but we can already see its 5-minute hash rate of 1.69 terahash a second. It'll log its cumulative shares, the best share, and other information here. So run your own Bitcoin node and be truly solo mining, or use whatever hosted Bitcoin solo mining pool you want to use. I'll link several options down in the video description below. Once I fix my node up, I'm going to be running my own node. I'm going to fire up my own pool instance, decentralize my Bitcoin mining a little bit more, but I got hardware that needs to get plugged in, so that's going to take priority and come first. I love that it gives us a watt per terahash readout there, so we can see we're getting 20.4 watts a terahash. It's a nice little clean design down there. It's saying it's cool at 39°C or Celsius, 2,200 RPMs or revolutions per minute on the fan. And our BD, or best difficulty, there is 23.8 million. I love that this thing is overperforming. Rated at 2.5 terahash a second, or 2,500 gigahash. Oh yeah, 2.7 terahash a second of Bitcoin mining goodness. Coming in at 60 watts at the wall of power consumption, which is fine. Which simply will increase our odds to hit a Bitcoin block, or if we're pool mining, we'd be mining more Bitcoin every day. We have an offer to open up an affiliate account and get a discount code to share with you guys through Bitronics, or the manufacturers and distributors of these devices. Of course, you can build one yourself. It's open source if you'd like to do that too. And other people will also try to build them because they're open source and sell them. So this is the super cool and super unique NerdQAxe, but what else is Bitronics making? They made the Nerdminer, the $50 Bitcoin miner. You may have seen that video on the channel. It did very well, hundreds of thousands of views on that. They obviously just make normal BitAxes, including the latest generation BitAxe Gamma. They just launched the NerdQAxe Gamma, which is basically a BitAxe Gamma with their super cool screen attached. They've had previous releases. They're working on additional new products. So while I'm having a blast playing around with the NerdQAxe, they have a whole suite of offerings that I'll link out down in the video description below. You supporting our content like that helps keep us rolling with this stuff. And again, I'm just truly impressed. I mean, like the form factor, the finish, even just a nice printed box. This is that nice smooth box material, if you know what I mean. This is a great gift. If you have like a friend or a relative or whoever into Bitcoin, this is an incredible gift. And I know that the NerdQAxes are more expensive. They're bigger and there's more parts, they're more involved. Right? If you want to just say buy something cheaper, you could always spring for just the NerdAxe, which is basically just a smaller original version of this. And they just released the NerdQAxe Gamma, which is more powerful and more efficient than their original NerdAxes were, but not quite as powerful as these NerdQAxes and Pluses and whatever other model variations that are bigger and have more chips and just more Bitcoin mining power. So yeah, this is cool as shit. If you don't think this is cool as shit, honestly, you just don't get it. You really don't. This is like what the world needs more of. This is cool. This is fun. This is engaging. This is unique. This is homegrown. This is DIY style, or could be DIY'd. It's open source. This fits the mission and the ethos, right, of Bitcoin, what it is, what it's supposed to be, what it should have been, right? And then you got the nice form factor, a box we can put in a freaking retail store, or it makes a great gift, or just something that you can have fun opening yourself. Remember, there's a lot of people popping up making BitAxes now because they're getting very popular. They're not all created equal. They do not all have the same quality control, the same testing, the same soldering, the same raw materials, and the same workmanship when it comes to soldering these and putting them together. So if you go out and you find a cheaper one somewhere, you may very well be getting an inferior product. But as always, do your own research and do whatever you want to do. I'm Vosker on the VoskCoin YouTube channel. And yeah, the NerdQAxe Plus gets a plus from me. This thing is sweet. Sure, I think it's so freaking cool. But it's not that easy to get my favor. But it does make me want to collaborate with them on a limited edition, open source, VoskCoin edition Bitcoin miner. Would you be interested in one? Let me know. As always, thanks for tuning in. Hope you subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. 10 seconds of tails, as we always do. Our CBO, our Chief Bitcoin Officer. I will see you on the next video, or I hope I will.